We also talk about a very exciting development here at SANCAST. So we are actually hiring Madison to cover NCAA beach volleyball for us. I think that that's been an area that has needed, it's just been missed, right? So similar to how I covered the road to Paris, covered the Olympics with the road to Paris, because I hadn't seen anyone do that before. And as someone who is a fan of beach volleyball, I wanted it covered. I haven't really seen anybody cover NCAA beach volleyball before, so that's what we're going to bring Madison on to do. The working name of the show is SANCAST U with Madison Fitzpatrick. If you guys have any ideas, we're going to take your recommends. And so she's going to cover the NCAA like the road to Paris. It's not going to be a weekly thing. It'll be mostly after major events. So she's going to be previewing the season and working all the way up through the championships, which are now back to Gulf Shores. So I actually recorded this interview before, and that was when the NCAA championships were in Huntington, but it just got moved just a few days ago. We got word, and so this is the second time I'm recording this introduction. So some of the conversation's a little bit dated because we talk about how exciting it is that the championships are going to Huntington Beach. They are no longer doing that. It'll be in Gulf Shores. Madison will be providing 8 to 10 probably videos across the course of the season, including the NCAA championships. But we'll see.
Oh, I'm so excited.
What do you think? Because you've covered Gulf Shores how many years?
2. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. My last year playing was 22, and then I covered it in 23 and 24. And it was like my first big opportunity with ESPN that I only got because I emailed the CEO of ESPN like probably 100 times. Like I just annoyed the crap out of her for an opportunity.
How'd you find her email?
I knew someone who gave it to me.
I was gonna say, you can't just find that on LinkedIn.
No. I knew someone who gave it to me from playing in the championships. All the announcers I already kind of knew. And so I just emailed her like literally 100 times, and like 3 sideline reporters, like Holly Rowe was like first up. She couldn't do it.
Okay.
Christine Williamson, who does like baseball or basketball, she couldn't do it. And the woman's like, fine, this girl's cheap. Like, let's just give her a chance.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my chance in 23. And then 24 was great. And now 25 will do it too.
And I feel like, and I'm not just doing this to blow smoke, I feel like you would have been better than Holly and Christine.
Thank you.
Because you get it.
Yeah.
They didn't play in that event. Mm-hmm. You did. Like, they don't know these players. You do.
Exactly.
And you can tell that story a lot better and more effectively, even though you don't. I mean, Holly Rowe in sports media circles is a household name.
Yeah.
Like, even though they don't know Madison Fitzpatrick, I think you would have done a better job.
Thank you so much.
How'd you feel you did that first year?
I felt on top of the world, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I absolutely crushed it, which is so funny because looking back on it, I'm so much better than I was back then.
Yeah.
But I was just on such a high. And it was a lot, like you said, about my experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And the players I had played against already, so I got to like really tell in-depth stories.
Yeah.
So I felt like I contributed so much.
Yeah.
And this past year, I was working on a lot of things, trying to get better. The bosses were a lot more strict, so they were pretty like coming down on me after every hit, telling me things I need to do better.
Yeah.
So last year I felt like more growth.
Okay.
And then hopefully this year is
How
better.
does it work? Like, do they just give you a camera guy and like go do the thing? Or do you have like a pretty strict rundown that you got to hit?
It's kind of like go do the thing.
Okay.
It's like we need you to be an asset. We need you to be the eyes and the ears of the analysts and the play-by-play. So however you feel like you can impact the broadcast and add something, do it. So I'll just go, I'll sit on a court that the analysts, I can hear them in my ears.
Okay.
If they're not talking about that court, like the camera's on a different court,
Yeah.
I'll go sit on this court. I'll be watching what Devin Newberry and Jaden Whitmarsh are doing.
Yeah.
And then when that camera comes, I'll say to my producer, I've been watching, I can add on how they've been doing.
Cool.
So it's just you got to be brave, you got to assert yourself.
Yeah. Would you rather that and the freedom to choose and kind of run your own thing, or would you rather be told what to do?
That's a great question.
It's 2 very different personalities.
Yeah, I like the freedom.
Yeah.
Because then I can be my most creative self and I don't have to rely on someone to stifle me or let me go.
Yeah.
What about
and I think because you know the game, I think you're better to do that role than I have a feeling that the execs that you're listening to don't know beach volleyball
exactly
nearly as well as you do. So I think that you would have a keener eye for what to pay attention to than anybody else. Because it's hard for, like when people gave the commentators at NBC a lot of crap this year for the Olympics, but it is hard for them because like they're not, like Marlo's not paying attention to beach volleyball for the last 4 years. And like you're just being flown in to do this one event, and you have to sort of rush. Like Dane Blenton, I mean, he's coaching at USC. Like he didn't have time to be paying attention. So they
Yeah.
just get dropped in there. And then same with ESPN. Like they're not doing every single event throughout the year. And so like they're just being dropped in. And so I think that's why you're a very valuable asset for them to have. Because
Thank you.
especially if we get you here on SANCAST,
Yeah.
do a little NCAA show, because
Yeah.
you're going to be polished and ready to go.
Exactly. I'm really excited about that also.
I'm stoked to have you.
Would it be a goal of yours to commentate the Olympics one day?
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome.
Yeah, I was like a backup this year.
What?
Yeah, so this guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this guy named Tom Fuhr, he has
I know
produced.
Tom.
Yeah, so
Love
he's produced
Sky.
like every Olympics since like '88.
Yeah.
A lot on the track side, a lot on the volleyball side, and he's enjoyed my commentary for VBTV, and so he sort of set up kind of an interview. He's like, "Hey, put your reel together. Make sure you have this, that, and that in there. Send it." Chatted with the execs, and they were like, "Listen, we have this team that's been in place for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, Marlo's done it since '96. You're not just gonna replace him. So like, if someone says no, we'll call you." And everyone said yes.
That is such an honor, though, even
Yeah.
to be in that position.
Yeah.
And they're going to age out
Yeah.
at some point.
And so I'm hoping when LA rolls around in 28,
Yeah.
that would be the goal, is to commentate LA.
That gives me goosebumps. That is so exciting. And especially being so new, I mean, relatively,
Super new.
to broadcasting. I mean, what a cool opportunity.
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
awesome. And that's where like the whole supply demand in beach volleyball.
Seriously. I need to get into beach because
Yeah.
you're right. Or more so on that side. But yeah, Tom, doesn't he produce Love? Broadcast or
Yeah,
something?
he's
Okay.
doing Love. Yeah, and then we're actually setting up. I was talking to him earlier today. We're going to set
No
up a
way.
podcast. Yeah.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I kind of want to do a State of the Beach Volleyball Union type deal and talk these 4 points. I'm like, let's do it. Whenever.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why. So I'm hoping the camera's still rolling. About an hour in.
How can you tell?
Well, it's a good sign that the mic thing's still in green, but I don't know if the memory's up or not.
Okay.
Yeah, we're testing out new mics, guys. The
Yeah,
audio's
it's cool.
great. I just got to get a phone with more memory.
That's tough.
But the show that we're bringing on with Madison Fitzpatrick doesn't have a name yet. We'll have a working title coming, but we're going to have you cover NCAA Beach like how I did with the Olympics and the road to Paris.
I'm pumped.
I'm fired up.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's just
love
open canvas for
NCAA
you.
beach volleyball, and I love the players, and I love the sport, and I love the tournaments. I'm pumped. I
And it's
can't
clear
wait.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just like whatever you want to make of it. It's
Okay.
yours. It's yours to do.
I love that.
So we can put out a vote. What do you guys think the name of the show should be? Do you have any ideas?
No, I was going to chat GPT it, but then I'm like, no, use your brain, Mads. So I'm going to try to use my
Chat
brain.
GPT it and just start
some
the foundation.
ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't have any ideas.
No,
The
we-
road to Paris was so easy. Like,
Exactly.
it was a no-brainer. Me and Delaney always say I love an easy call. It was just such an easy call.
Yes.
Yeah, but the NCAA Beach one, I don't know.
It could be something about hunting, but